I built a 718 Cayman for $2,000, and dealers absolutely hate this because it makes their $15,000 upgrade menu look like a scam. Here's the twist most channels won't tell you. This budget will not add horsepower, it will not add coilovers, and it will not add a big brake kit. Anyone promising all that for under $2,000 is lying. But spend it my way and your Cayman looks and feels transformed. The one part that eats half your budget is coming up, and the bolt pattern that ruins most people's build is at the 3-minute mark. Let's be honest about what $2,000 means on a car that's stickered at $56,900 new. This is not a transformation budget, it's a refinement budget. And that's the point. The 718, whether it's the base 300 horsepower, 2.0 turbo flat 4, or the 350 horse 2.5 in the S, is already one of the best sorted chassis on the planet. Porsche's engineers did not leave obvious money on the table. So you're not fixing this car, you're expressing it. Rule number 1, and it's non-negotiable. Maintenance comes first. Before you spend a single dollar on looks, verify the basics. These are turbocharged, oil-dependent engines. That means Mobil 1 0W40, meeting the Porsche A40 spec, and this car holds a hefty 8.75 quarts. A Meli OX 196D filter, NGK Ilcar 7B11 Iridium, plugs at 40,000 miles, a fresh air filter, and a brake fluid flush with 8 Super Blue. Budget $200 doing it yourself. Skip this on a turbo Porsche, and you turn a $55,000 car into a $25,000 problem. That's not drama, that's oil starvation. So here's the exact split. $200 to maintenance, $900 to wheels and tires, the centerpiece, $350 to suspension, $200 to brakes, $150 to cosmetics, $150 to alignment done professionally, $50 for contingency and shipping, $2,000 on the nose. That assumes you're turning wrenches yourself. Pay a shop for everything and add $400 to $600, which means cutting the wheel budget. So learn to swap pads and do an oil change. It's the difference between a real build and a wish list. Now the part nobody warns you about, and it's the single biggest limiting factor in this entire build, the 5/130 bolt pattern. This is Porsche specific. It kills nearly every cheap wheel option that BMW, Audi, and Honda owners take for granted. You cannot bolt a random set of JDM wheels onto a Porsche. Your options are narrower and pricier, which is exactly why the wheel budget on a 718 is tighter than it looks. And here's the danger. Some sellers list wheels claiming 5/30 that are converted or improperly drilled. A wheel failure at speed on a Porsche is catastrophic. Do not touch unbranded wheels on Amazon or eBay in this fitment. So what do you actually run? The community has settled on 19A sab.5 up front and 19/10 in the rear as the sweet spot. Wide enough to fill the arches, sane on tire cost, and it works without aggressive camber. The NKR PF1 is one of the most tested lightweight wheels ever made, roughly 18 to 20 pounds each, running about 800 to 100 for a set of 4. The NKTS9 gets you a more aggressive look for 700 to 900. For fitment, target ET plus 57 to plus 65 up front and plus 45 to plus 50 in the rear, with a 71.6mm center bore, so grab hub-centric rings if needed. The 718 has tight arch clearance, especially in the rear. Too much positive offset and the wheel sits too deep and hits the inner fender. Too little and it rubs the outer lip after you lower it. This is where guessing off a calculator burns your money. Before you buy anything, browse the 7018 Cayman gallery on threepiece.us. Their community-sourced photos document real wheel and offset combos on this exact chassis, so you see the staggered fitment before you spend, not after it rubs. That's the difference between flush and a return shipping label. Here's the hill I'll die on. Prioritize tires over wheel brand. A cheap wheel with great tires outhandles a great wheel with cheap tires, and it's safer. Michelin Pilot Sport 4S in 235, 35 SA, 19 front, and 265 par 35 19 rear runs 800 to 1,000, which blows the budget. So go Falcon Azenus FK510 at 600 to 750, or Hankook Ventus Vi 12 EVO2. Both get genuine praise on the forums. Pair TS9 wheels around 700 to 850 with Falcons, add rings, and you're combined at 850 to 950 with patient shopping. Just budget another 80 to 120 for mounting and balancing. Suspension. The factory setup is genuinely good, just soft enough to leave body roll on the table. The move here is H&R Sport Springs, about 250 to 300, dropping you roughly 1.2 inches front and rear. Progressive rate, so they cut roll without wrecking ride quality. Eibach Pro Kit is the milder alternative at 0.8 to 1 inch. Both are Ren List approved. And do not buy Raceland coilovers at 400 to 600. On a chassis this sophisticated, cheap coilovers add inconsistent damping and worse spring rates. If you want coilovers, save for KW Variant 3 or Bilstein PSS 10 at 1500 to 2500. Otherwise, springs and stock dampers is the honest budget answer. Brakes are simple if your rotors are healthy. If pads have over half-life and rotors show no scoring, just upgrade the pads. EBC yellow stuff or Hawk horsepower give you better bite and fade resistance while staying street-friendly. About 80 to 120 for the front axle, 60 to 90 for the rear. But verify what your car has first. Higher trims may run PCCB ceramics or PSCB coated steel, and running the wrong pads on ceramic rotors will destroy them. That's a $1,000 mistake from a $100 box. Then the alignment, and this is the mistake I see constantly. People install springs, love how it looks, and say they'll align it next month. 6 months later, the tires are chewed and need replacing. The alignment is mandatory after any spring swap, full stop. Budget 100 to 180 at an independent shop with a Hunter rack and Porsche experience. Target negative 1.5 to 2 degrees camber front and rear, with near zero or slight toe-in at the back for stability. These are streetable numbers within factory range that won't eat your rubber. For your last 150, cosmetics punch above their weight. Dyed window tint runs 100 to 180 and instantly adds cohesion. Wrap your mirrors, handles, or splitter lip in 3M, 1080 vinyl for 30 to 80. Debadge the rear 7018 and Cayman lettering with a heat gun, dental floss, and adhesive remover for under 20 bucks. Add black or silver lug bolt caps for 20 to 40. Small stuff, but together it reads intentional instead of dealership stock. Let me save you from the classic budget traps. Skip the cold air intake. The 718's ECU is sophisticated, and an intake without a tune is noise, not power, plus heat soak. Skip the exhaust for now. Even a base Borla or Akrapovic catback starts around 800 and swallows half your budget. And skip off-the-shelf tunes. Yes, 30 to 50 horsepower is plausible, but without an upgraded intercooler and proper fuel, it's a false economy on a turbo engine. At this budget, chasing power is how you waste every dollar. So who is this build for? The owner who wants a clean, planted, properly sorted 718 that looks enthusiast-owned instead of stock, and who does the wrenching themselves? Who's it not for? If you want a louder flat 4, more power, or a track fade-proof brake package, $2,000 won't get you there, and I won't pretend it will. Those are separate multi-thousand-dollar conversations. But lowered 1.2 inches on lightweight 19s with fresh, sticky rubber, maintained right and aligned properly? That's among the best money you'll ever spend on this car. Before you buy a single wheel, go check the 718 gallery on threepiece.us and verify your fitment. Then tell me in the comments, springs and wheels, or save it all for KW coilovers. I'll argue with you.